Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, things were going, they were going very, very, very bad for Shiki. But he's not dead yet, in spite of my best efforts. So, what's next for Shiki? When will we get another dead end? Well, probably not for another couple episodes, sadly. But in spite of that, I guess let's make our way towards that next bit of Shiki dying a horribly painful death. The red blood drips down onto my face. Going down my forehead, it drips into my eyes. Crimson darkness soaks into the back of my eyes. Red. My consciousness sways and then is gone. But even so, I can't bring myself to kill even a living creature. What hypocrisy. Sorry, the thing I was using to, follow the route to make sure I don't accidentally, or make sure I can get the dead ends that I want just crashed. That's not good. You've killed something much bigger than a mere dog. Yes, that's right. But that time was different. I wasn't sane when it was Arcueid. Even when I killed the other black dog just a moment ago, that was unrelated to my will. But right now, this is very much my own will. Didn't Sensei say, Shiki, use this power according to your own will and no one else's? That's why, as myself, right now, I could never take a life for granted. That, too, is hypocrisy. Because long ago, you... that is a nightmare from my childhood. See, what are you waiting for? It was a hot summer's day. Kill or be killed. Before my eyes, the blood-soaked shadow of a boy. You've already... hot red blood on my hands. Haven't you killed someone once before? I'm not gonna yell. I don't want to wake any of the other people in my house up. Sorry about that. I thrust. I don't pull, but rather thrust deeper into the black dog's head. I can hear its yelping right in front of me. I think the black dog is crying out. With my arm in its mouth, it could not cry properly, but it's crying anyway. I'm sure that's how much it must hurt. I don't care. I plunge the knife in deeper along with my arm. Without a sound, the blade of the knife punctures out of the back of the dog's head. It's as if the dog has grown a horn. Don't give Nero any ideas, Shiki. Having split the skull, I easily slash through its skin. Blood and brains spray out as the knife completely emerges from the back of the head. Also, the hand gripping the knife travels completely through. Gasp, pant, pant. But even so, the black dog is still alive. Then, there's only one thing I have to do. I reach around with my other hand. Peeling the knife from my blood-drenched fingers, I grip the knife with my free hand. And just like that, I thrust into the point on the black dog's chest. Gasp, pant. And with that, the black dog dies. The strength drains from its jaws, and I easily pull my arm back out. Oh, it wasn't torn off at all. I look at my blood-covered arm. There are many teeth marks, but the flesh is almost free of wounds. The blood must have been from the black dog when I impaled it through the head. The pain from when I was being bitten was really quite trivial, but my fear must have amplified it many times over. Gasp, pant. Lying there on the ground, I look up at the ceiling. My head hurts. The world becomes a patchwork, and here and there I can see the black points of death. My body is freezing, but my mind is burning feverishly. Right beside me lay the corpses of the 2 black dogs. One of my arms is covered in blood, the other clutches a red knife. Also, there's a quite uncountable number of dead bodies downstairs. All I can do is laugh, because this isn't real. There's no way this can be real. At what point did I, with my eyes wide open, start seeing a nightmare? This is a bit reminiscent of Kubrick in a way, hotel room, an elevator full of gore and yada yada. Ding dong. A terribly out of place, cheerful sound rings out. Damn it, what's with this headache? I stand up, enduring the razor-like pain in my head. Elevator? It seems the sound is the other elevator coming up. The door opens. Inside stands a man wearing a black coat. The headache worsens. Yes, I've seen him before. I'm sure I've seen that man before. Silently, he walks towards me. You. I ready my knife as I glare at him. But he doesn't react at all as he walks towards me. It's as if he doesn't notice me at all. Distance between us shrinks. Just a little more, when there is barely 1 meter between us, and the man finally seems not to notice me. Or finally seems to notice me, Those bloodshot eyes. The instant I see those eyes, which no human should possess, I lose all freedom to move my body. I thought I killed everyone, but it seems there's still someone left. I don't remember what voice I gave him. I'll just make my voice deeper and more gravelly. That'll probably work fine. The man turns and looks at the corpses of the 2 black dogs. Generic villain voice. You piece of filth. If you can't even take care of a scrap of meat, you're unworthy to be a part of my body. The man voices his displeasure as he raises his hand. His coat lifts like a mantle. Broken. With a splash, the black dog's remains liquefy and disappear into the man's coat. I can't even scream. Before the man's coat is pure darkness, without even the traces of an outline. All that exists there is a mud-like darkness. This is dangerous. This guy is just too dangerous. My instincts sound the alarm wildly in my head, but I can't even lift a finger. The man in a black coat approaches me. It's not good if I stay here. The unstopping headache grows to an unbearable level, telling me this place is dangerous. Whatever the means, if I don't get out of here soon, I'm going to lose my life. But it's too late. The man is right before me. Those eyes aren't looking at me at all. Feed. He raises one of his arms. Below it lies a chaotic darkness. From there, something huge appears. Whomp. The sound of wind. That which has appeared from the man's coat is a crocodile's mouth, easily large enough to swallow a man whole. Hey, the app finally opened. Did I have my route on? Nobody cares about that. I'm going to die. Right here, in an instant, crunched up like a ball of paper. Just as I was convinced of this, someone pulls me back. Clomp. What? I can't believe it. Instead of me, the jaws of the crocodile clamps onto the stomach of Arcueid, who just pulled me out of the way. St. Arcueid's face contorts in agony. She draws back before she is completely devoured by the crocodile's maw. The man silently watches Arcueid. Hopefully me moving my feet. I bounce my feet a lot, so if you hear weird background noises, it's from me, bouncing my feet and hitting my chair. Arcueid glares back at him with a pained expression, her midsection stained in red. I can't believe a vampire named Chaos would play such trivial games. It's like a poorly scripted nightmare, Nero Chaos. God, his first name being Nero bothers me so much. Like, just put Nero instead of that just giant fucking mess of consonants. Good lord. I feel the same way. To catch one of the surviving true ancestors, I never dreamed I would be part of such a foolish festival. This is a nightmare for me, too. The man called Nero, quote unquote, quietly lowers his arm. Sorry, I will probably stop bringing that up at some point. Probably. The coat returns to its former position and the crocodile's mouth disappears underneath. The man looks only at Arcueid. It's as if he's not concerned about me at all. Standing behind her with my knife raised. I read that sentence wrong order, but hopefully the meaning's still the same. I just bumped my pop filter into my mic. That is not good. Hold on. Sorry about that. Hopefully that worked fine. I just accidentally bumped my pop filter into my mic and probably made a very loud noise that I will probably not, but hopefully will remember to edit out. Anyway. But what is going on? I have heard that the previous executor could not even scratch you. What kind of mistake is this? Right now, your presence is exceedingly weak. Even weaker than a mere member of the dead. Were you attacked by the church before I arrived, Arcueid Brunestad? Actually, her last name is kind of similar to me for her first name. I kind of want to go with a slightly more Japanese Brunestad, pronouncing the ne, but I also kind of want to go with a more, I guess, English and say Brunestad, like prune, that sort of thing. I will probably go back and forth between the two, because I always have gone back and forth between the two, and I don't know which is correct, and her last name isn't used enough for it to really matter, hopefully. Arcueid says nothing. The man fixes his emotionless stare on her. I don't understand. There are only a limited number of conceptual weapons capable of harming you. The only people in possession of those are the church's assassins, and I don't think the burial agency would dispatch anyone this far east. The man narrows his eyes slightly as he turns around. Either way, this is most fortunate for me. I shall not ask why you have been weakened. All I am going to do is claim your head while I have a chance of winning. I hold up my knife, preparing for his attack. But, having openly stated he was going to take her head, the man now disappears towards the elevator. It seems, despite this claim, the man in the black coat is now leaving the hallway for the elevator. Huh? Now I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. About that man, the two dogs who attacked me, the nightmare-like reality of the attack on this hotel, none of it. Ki. Arcueid leans on me. It's a terrible wound. Though her stomach stops bleeding, her face is scrunched up in pain. It happened mere seconds ago. The wound she got from protecting me from that man. Why did you? Yes, I underestimated him slightly. I thought I could help you and then dodge him, but you did really well, Shiki. I guess the wound I got from you wasn't so trifling after all. Arcueid's face, twisted in pain, turns into a small, joking smile. I can't watch her any longer. The wound she got was from protecting me, and the reason she got it was because of me, too. There is no place for that stupid smile of hers. Arcueid leans onto me and slightly closes her eyes. Hold on. Don't close your eyes, you idiot. Get a hold of yourself. You're a vampire. You can't die at night, right? Well, that's true, but it seems like I'm at my limit. What? Sorry, but could you take me back to my room? Arcueid's weight falls on me. Hold on. If she dies, Hey. I call out to Arcueid, who has quietly closed her eyes. And then, zzz. I'm not going to snore into the microphone. That sounds like a horrible idea. I can hear her happily breathing in her sleep. Sigh. I shouldn't have bothered worrying. Arcueid is only sleeping. Telling me to take her back to her room like that. I mean, what else do you do in a room, Shiki? I mean, how selfish of her. It really was selfish of her, but there's no helping it in this situation. Besides, if we stay here in this hotel any longer, I have the feeling we'll be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, that staying here seems like a bad idea. The headache won't stop. I guess I have to rest too, or I'll faint. Arcueid's room. Oh, that place. I've only been there once, but I definitely remember it. In that case, there's no point staying here any longer. Carrying Arcueid, I decide to quickly leave the hotel. The city is slightly lit up. Fortunately, it's too early in the morning for anyone to be awake, so I get to Arcueid's room without being seen. I see, so that's how it is. Then I finally realize why that man left. The streets were beginning to become covered with a faint orange light. I guess dawn is breaking already. Well, we actually have reached the next chapter, but I don't quite want to end the video now. But this is a really good time, so I guess I will. I guess I'll just make this a shorter video in spite of what my plans were of making a like 20 to 25 minute range. Oh well. Regardless of that, what is going to happen next? What's going to happen with the hotel that we just left? I mean, it was covered in gore and blood and destruction, really. What's next for Shiki? What's next for Arcueid? Find the answer to that, and hopefully more, next time on Tsukihime. I hope to see you all there.